Hi friends, thanks for listening. So today I'm going to teach you a series of exercises and stretches for the spine. It's so important to keep our bodies moving and to keep the spine moving through all the ranges of motion, as well as to stretch on a regular basis. I would say a minimum of 3 times a week of doing these gentle stretches and exercises. So I will start by teaching a neck exercise it comes from Hatha Yoga. And first you bring the chin down to the chest and then slowly rotate the neck to one side and back to center. Chin to the chest, rotate to the other side and back to center. It's normal to hear some clicking, and that's nothing to be worried about. And you're just going to continue that for another 4 times each direction. Chin to chest, and roll. Chin to chest, and roll the other side. This exercise is one of my favorite active stretches for the neck. The next one is simply bringing the neck through all of the ranges of motion. So first we bring it through flexion and extension. So bringing it all the way as far as you can forward and the chin up and back as far as you can, opening up and stretching all the interior neck muscles. So ideally we're going to do this 5 times in each direction. And then the next one is bringing the neck through lateral flexion. So ear as far as you can to the shoulder without crunching, without bringing the shoulder too far down, as much as you can, keeping the shoulders level, and bringing the neck side to side. And watch that the chin doesn't rotate down as you do that, or up too much. Right now we're just keeping the chin in a neutral position. Moving the neck from side to side. And then the last range of motion is rotation. So we're going to simply look over each shoulder. And most people that I work with tend to have really severely restricted range of motion, so you're not able to go quite as far as I'm going. Just don't be concerned, just do the best you can with what your body is able to do. Good, so that's the 6 ranges of motion. The next stretch that I'm going to teach you is just a variation of that lateral flexion. So again, bringing the ear towards the shoulder, and then this time we are going to bring the chin down. And we're just going to hold that stretch for about 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then back to center. And then again, bringing the other ear towards the shoulder and then rotating the chin down. And again, holding for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Neck back to center. Again, to the other side, bringing the ear towards the shoulder. This time, instead of bringing the chin downwards, we're going to bring it up. And just rolling 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back to center. Opposite ear towards the shoulder. And then again, bringing the chin upwards, holding for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And back to center. Good. So another thing that you can do if you're experiencing some tension in your neck is a forward fold with a slight traction on the neck. So I'll demonstrate here. So coming to a standing position, arms at the sides, feet are about hip width apart, and then slowly you can have a slight bend in your knees, and just letting your spine hang. And then grabbing your occiput or the base of your skull with both hands, and then just pulling down, straight down, ever so slightly. And you can just do that for as long as feels comfortable for your body, and slowly come back to standing. And that's a really good one. I experience so much length in my own spine and my own neck when I do that one, and sometimes I even hear kind of a release that happens. So that's a really good one if you're experiencing some neck tension. Another thing that you can do for neck tension is you can lay your back. Best to have your knees bent, and then you just place your fingertips at the base of your skull. And just use the weight of your head on your fingertips, just at the base of your skull. It's kind of between the base of your skull and the top bone C1. And you just press into that area. So there's some muscles in that area that often get really tight for people. And sometimes when those muscles are tight, it can throw the neck out of alignment. And it can also cause headaches. So just pressing into the spine in those areas, using the weight of the head. And sometimes I like to use the thumbs to do that as well. You can even do some gentle circular motions to help to release those muscles in the very top part of the neck. So I hope that will help anybody who's experiencing some neck tension and not able to see the chiropractor, especially during right now the lockdown situation that's happening for COVID-19. So next I'm going to do a series of stretches for the lower back. And the first one I will do is a standing position with the legs wide apart. You're going to make sure the feet are facing forward, so they're not outwards, they're not going inwards too much, just directly facing forward. You're going to take a breath in, and then exhale all the way down. And just let the spine hang. Let the lower back release and relax. Take about 5 slow breaths here. Pressing into your feet and pressing yourself down as far as you can. Good. And then you're going to walk your hands towards one foot, and do the right foot first, and then pulling through here and feeling that side stretch. Taking 5 breaths here. Moving to the other side. And again, grasping your leg if you can. If you're not able to go far, you just do whatever is comfortable for your body. It can be the floor, it can be not touching the floor, it could just be moving your body to the side and just create a stretch through the side. Again, holding 5 breaths. And moving back to center before you come up. You're going to clasp your hands together. And bring inhale, stretching out the front body. And then arms to the sides, palms up, and relax. From here, you are going to shift the feet slightly outwards at about a 45-degree angle. And then you're going to come into a wide-legged squat, placing your elbows on your knees and just opening up. So this is a really good stretch for the inner thigh muscles, for the glutes, and also really good for the back. So again, holding this 5 breaths. Good, and then slowly coming up. Great. So it's really important to stretch the muscles in the lower back, the quadratus lumborum muscles, because these are the ones that often get really tight and can cause a lot of those aches in the spine. So another side stretch for the quadratus lumborum muscles, we put one leg in front of the other, and then whatever leg is behind, you're going to grab that same arm, the wrist, and just lean into the side body. Again, it's good to hold for about 5 breaths. And then switching sides. Again, grasping the wrist of whatever leg is behind. Good. So the next one is another good one for the quadratus lumborum muscle. It's called the triangle pose. This comes from yoga. I'm sure many of you are familiar with it. So again, just start with wide-legged position. The feet are facing forward, and then we take one foot and we just turn it the opposite direction. So you can kind of see that my heel is in the middle, about where my back foot is placed, just for the proper placing. Then we have a slight bend in the knee, just so it's not completely locked, just very slightly bent. And then hinge towards the side and place your hand on the shin bone. If that's comfortable, or if you have some flexibility, you can also grab the big toe. The top arm goes straight up, making sure that the shoulder is not collapsed. We really get some length through the shoulder. The fingers are spread and we're looking up towards the hand. Taking 5 breaths here. And then next we're going to bring the arm overhead and take another 5 breaths here. And then slowly coming back up. Switching sides, switching feet, and hinging at the waist. Again, grasping the shin or the big toe, whichever is comfortable for your body. And looking up towards your hand. 5 breaths here. And bring the arm overhead. Another 5 breaths here. Great. So another one that's really good for the lower back is called child's pose, again from yoga, but it's a wide-legged child's pose. So this is a stretch for the lower back. So we just come to our knees, have the knees wide, and then press into the mat, press our hands into the mat. So we can either do it more actively with the head lifted, or we can kind of relax and drop the head and arms. I would suggest doing them both actively with the arms and head lifted. And breathing 5 breaths here. And then just allowing your body to drop down and relax in this position. And you can really hold this for as long as you like, but at least 5 breaths. And then to stretch again more of the side body, we're going to shift the arms to one side. And then use that pull from our arms or palms on the floor to create a stretch through the side body and through the lower back. Again, about 5 breaths in here. And switching sides. Good, and then back to center. So another one that's really good for the spine, for getting some motion through the spinal bones is called cat-cows. We're going to do this on all 4s. Fingers spread wide apart, the palms are pressed firmly into the mat. The wrist is underneath the shoulder joint, so it's not too far forward, it's not too back, it's directly underneath the shoulder joint. The knee joint is directly underneath the hip joint. And we're inhaling, arching the spine, exhaling, rounding the spine. As we round the spine, pull in towards the spine with the abdominal muscles. Inhale, extend, exhale, round. Inhale, extend, exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Imagine that you're pushing your hip bones and spreading them away from each other at the femurs. Exhale, round. In this rounded position, we can get more of a stretch to either the upper or the lower back by either bringing the leg forward, which is going to stretch more the upper back, or we bring the body back, and that's getting more of a stretch through the lower spine. Back to neutral, and then inhale, extend, exhale, round. And then relax. Good, so that's a series of stretches for both the neck and the lower back. I hope that's been helpful for you.